already, because up and past goes Huang Ruohan up into third place, with also getting in on the act Hu Huang in the powder blue Audi. So Felipe de Souza was third. He's already dropped back into fifth place.
Yeah, Huang Ruohan really had a sense of urgency off the start, didn't he? Really good start, that. And so too for the top two, because look at the advantage they have already as they go down for the first time under racing conditions into Lisboa. It's gone wrong for the leaders. Both of them go round. The circuit is blocked. That's going to be a bit of a car park. And
more drama further back as well. There's a Honda in the wall big time. And that, by the look of it, is Wong Chin Hung's Honda that has made big contact with the barriers. So the two race leaders both got it wrong. The road is almost blocked. Some have got through. Another one that's been badly delayed is Huang Ruohan, number 7, with his back to us. He was third. Race number 95.
Here we go. Oh no, we're not going to see that bit.
Hu Huang. Those are the leaders. So Andy Yan just completely got it wrong. I think Lo Siho threw the car into a spin in avoidance. And this, all self-induced, is how the Honda got into the barrier on one side of the road and then across to the other.
Well avoided for the cars behind. That could have been very nasty indeed, because you don't know. Wow, the energy that seemed to...
We just wait now for him to trigger the timing beam in the first sector. And speaking of triggering the timing beams, around the final corner comes our race leader. But that is now Oscar Tunho, as Besler has come into the pit lane. And with damage as well, actually, on the back of that car, look. The wing is completely slanted to one side. I apologise, I was looking at the timing screen for a moment there, rather than the images, and you could definitely see a big problem with that wing. And look, there's the rear end of the car, so they must have actually clipped up. Besler was showing in third place after being in the pits, and there is the car being pushed back into the garage. Or pulled back into it's done it as well. It's like yet another car that has clipped the entrance to the pit lane. It looked like it, didn't it? Was that the 72? It was. Salman Oshio has come into the pits and he's also had an issue. Well, the number 7 team will be absolutely unbelievable. There's been an official warning from race control saying there's debris on pit entry. And they're, of course, absolutely devastated. But Alexei Chuklin continuing on. So this is a replay then of your previous race leaders coming into the pits. Berke Besler turns in and the back end just lets go on him. Lets go, clips the barrier, rides the wall, and then that's the impact that bends the wing.
That Kevin Mills racing car of his is, he makes the most of the track, and that is your job as a racing driver. We mentioned it at Snetterton. You want to make sure the track is as wide as possible. You use every inch of the circuit because that's how you're going to get the lap time. But you push it too far, drop one wheel on the grass in the wrong place, and it could be the end of your race.
Well, Megan Gilks has made up a position, and you saw there just in the foreground, that was Logan Jackson.
Oh my God!
Oh, Nick Taylor!
Nick Taylor
has been off at the first corner. What has happened to Nick Taylor? Has he just run wide? There is a lot of damage on the front end. I think he's just tapped this part of the barrier, the first part of the barrier coming through. And we were talking of the triple. Well, I think the championship has been blown wide open.
Just as I was about to say, Nicholas Taylor, he's pulling a commanding lead, looks in control. He's pushed that small amount too much. We were literally just talking about Tom Mills using all the circuit, which is great to see. Just dropped a wheel just wide. Oh, actually, it looks like there's some... Is there rain? Or is there some oil? Because it's looked like everyone was sliding. Yeah, is that rain?
I don't
really like Todd Coleman, but that move was not on, and he knows it too. As now there's a lunge around the outside again for Jeremy Clark coming through the hairpin, trying to take the lead. He is pestering Jason McCarthy, but this has turned into a great battle for Todd Coleman, as you said, Greg. A bit optimistic, and yeah, but the good news is both cars able to continue, and it appears to be no damage to either of them.
That's the great news. Here's the move by Rubo Touche, late on the brakes. And he overshot it drastically and gets into McCarthy.
That's McCarthy.
He took, big hit. Yeah, that was another vastly over-optimistic move. And the problem is, like I said, with the green track, you get down off of the line, there's just no grip, and Rubo suddenly went to the brake, and there was just no stop in that silver and red, right into the back of McCarthy. Watch it here, Shay.
This was not a great move by Joe Rubo, just massively outbraked himself and then plowed into the back of Jason McCarthy, who had no idea what was going on. He was driving his own race, and I'm sorry, but the blame for me on that one goes to Joe Rubo.
Yeah, I mean, certainly not intentional, but just not on, and just too fast for that part of the track. Here's a look. You're going to see this for McCarthy coming right at. That's the wall of champions, and it's about as soft as you generally touch that. But the damage had already been done, clearly. Watch it here. It lifts him right off the ground, Shay.
Wow, that was a huge hit, and testament to these Ferraris that a hit like that can happen. And not only can Joe Rubo still drive his car back to the pit lane, getting it out of the way of danger for anyone else as carbon shards when flying anywhere, but Jason McCarthy will be getting out of his car as well. And again, it's happy Father's Day to Jason. I'm sorry that the day is ending in this way, but it means that we will have a new winner for today's race, Greg, because Jason McCarthy...
Veel. Omdat je 60 km per uur rijdt in
Leclerc staat stil.
Oh,
Leclerc
ja,
is eraf.
Leclerc ligt eraf.
Leclerc gecrashed. En dat is niet de eerste keer dit seizoen dat het...
Gewoon bij het insturen. En 1 keer geeft de auto op. Het is ook deels het oprijden van de verflaag die daar ligt.
Heel bizar. Zo'n fout voor Charles.
Kicked up and above the Super, and here he goes one side. He's going to get delayed, and Davidson around the outside, and they touch at the top of Clay Hill. Onto the grass goes Graham Davidson. He demolishes the bollard, he's demolished the tyres as well, and that was the two leading around him, and that was Graham Davidson.
We get ready then to go racing. So Norby Michelit's lined up on pole position, Attila Tashi alongside, red lights on. Green light and go then. Good start from Michelit's. Great from Tashi off the front row, and he drags alongside. He's about to get contact. Into the wall goes Michelit's. Tashi and himself come together. There's carnage further back as well as everyone tries to take avoiding action. But Tashi and Michelit's into the wall. Everybody else just about making it round there. And unfortunately, that is a very early end to the race for Attila Tashi off the front row of the grid. All of that promise coming to absolutely nothing.
Oh, that was unfortunately Tashi. It's Michelin's just slow reaction time. Tashi went on the light, and Norby didn't. And then Norby tried to close the door, and he came across. Tashi was there. He kept on pushing. I'm sorry, but
with the pit lane. So let's see what happens here. Michelit's moves over on Tashi. Slower starts. 2 into 1 doesn't go.
Where do you think Tashi's going to go?
He can't squeeze him like that, can he?
He just drove straight across him.
Yeah. Let's have another look at this from a reverse angle. So the contact happens at the front of your shot, and then it all sort of concertinas up there in the mid-pack. Driver's just about making it through, a smattering of contact there in the midfield. This will be a good onboard shot from the second row of the grid here. Ooh, frightening there, just to have to move out of the way so quickly. Brilliant reaction times. Here's Yvonne Muller's view of it.
Oh, Guerreri's going straight off, hasn't he?
Yeah, great stuff from F. Guerreri. Whoa. Bit of contact there with Girolami as well. Goodness me, that was a... this is going to look a bit frightening as well here, isn't it? Yeah, Michelit's there. Lucky he didn't come further over to the left-hand side of the circuit, really. And that's on board with Michelit's.
I think Tashi was moving as close to the wall as he could, and he clipped the wall, and that flicked him back towards Michelit's.